juu, mikono juu, mikono juu.
Leo ni leo.
Azimio la umoja.
Inawezekana.
Inawezekana.
Leo ni leo.
Leo ni leo.
Inawezekana. Leo ni leo.
Wow. Wow. Hello. Hello. Leoni. Leoni. Msema kesho ni. Asanteni, asanteni sana. Wow. Hello. Asanteni sana. I am lost for words. I am so delighted to see so many faces, some of them familiar, but others are truly Kenyan, who have assembled here this evening. This day will go down in history as one of the most memorable days of our times. I want to begin by bringing to you greetings from the chairman of Azimio Council, Honorable Uhuru Kenyatta. Although unable to attend physically today, he has told me to tell you that he's with you in spirit. We are beginning a new journey. Yesterday, me and my running mate presented ourselves before the Independent Electoral Commission, presented our credentials, and all of them were found to be in order. And we were cleared to run for the presidency of this country on the 9th of August this year. So we are ready to go. We are ready to go. We said before we start the journey, we should come together with all our supporters, representatives, and tell the people why we are running. And that is why we are here today. I want to say, as was stated already by those who spoke before me, that this is a result of a very lengthy consultative process with the people of Kenya. We said we don't just want to come and invent things, but we want to be able to represent the views of the people of Kenya. The people of Kenya have said that they want to see a change. They have said that for a long time they have waited for Kenyan dream to be realized. Where the forefathers had said that this country was going to be a God-fearing nation, that justice was going to be a shield and defender, that we are going to live in unity, peace, and liberty. And finally, that plenty was going to be found within our borders. For 80 years, they have seen only scarcity. They have not seen the plenty promised by the founding fathers. So we said we need to start on our journey toward realization of that dream. The foundation has partly been laid, but we need to expand on that foundation and move towards achieving the Kenyan dream by dealing a devastating blow to the three major enemies of our people: ignorance, poverty, and disease. Those are the three major enemies of our people. And we said that we confront them frontally by coming up with policies that are responsive to the needs of our people. That is why in this manifesto, we have laid out our strategy of how to deal with those three major enemies of our people. We started with wealth creation. How do you create wealth? This country has remained for a long time a purely an agricultural country, basically processing industries, processing agricultural products. You said now we want to go to proper industrialization. This country is very strategically situated on the eastern coast of Africa, on Indian Ocean seabed. It is therefore right to say that it can become a manufacturing hub for the region, Eastern Africa and Central Africa. So you said, you're not just going to come up with processing industries, processing agricultural produce, but primary manufacturing. Instead of importing steel, which we need in great amounts, as we're sitting under this dome here, all the frames here are steel frames. All the high-rise buildings that we have here are all supported by steel. The superhighway just behind us here, running from Mlolongo to Ayakiwe, it's all on steel, and most of it is imported into the country. We are going to make steel from iron ore, part of which we have in this country. Africa is the richest continent on earth, on planet Earth, in terms of raw materials. Africa exports most of the raw materials to industrial west and east. They import copper ore from DRC and process it and bring back copper products, copper sheets, copper wires and cables for our own use in our continent. They import bauxite from Guinea and Mauritania and bring back aluminum products to Africa. They import iron ore from several African countries and bring back steel products into the continent. We are going to manufacture copper products here. We are going to manufacture aluminum products here. Then we are going to manufacture automobile components. We are going to manufacture here on the continent of Africa. We are going not only to assemble but also to manufacture primary products here. We are going to manufacture electronic products here. We are going to manufacture, I've mentioned aluminum products. We are going to manufacture tractors here in this country and automobile. Right now, the world is converting from fossil fuels to other forms of fuels. Electricity is going to be the new energy for automobiles. That makes it very easy for us, with the technological base that we already have here, to manufacture automobiles, which are basically electric powered. The new source of energy as the world moves away from the fossil fuels is going to be hydrogen. And hydrogen is available in large numbers in our country here. Rivers flowing into ocean carrying a lot of water. Hydrogen is just extraction of hydrogen from water and leaving oxygen, which is also usable. We will produce hydrogen here and use it to manufacture, to generate energy. Then we will be processing also other products in this country. We will expand to not just processing semi-finished products, but completely finished products here. We will not be importing NEWSCOP. We will produce NEWSCOP here from coffee manufactured, produced in Kenya. So we have a lot of potential in this country. We are sitting on a market of nearly 400 million people in the hinterland of our country. And we have got brains, people who are highly qualified, who can be meaningfully engaged so that we can be able to exploit the market that we have behind us. Then having done that, we are going to go into the other areas, as we've been shown, textile manufacturing. And here there's going to be backward and forward integration. We will introduce cotton growing in large numbers in our country. So many other parts of our country, which cotton is the only available cash crop. Our textile industry was killed through liberalization. When then they brought mitumba, it killed all our textile industries. Our people are only wearing clothes coming from outside the country. They have been worn by people who are dead. We are going to go to primary production so that our people who are importing mitumba can have good product to sell here. I'm saying that we are not moving anybody out of business. We will ensure that those who are importing mitumba get the first hand to market goods which are going to be manufactured here in this country. We will get the cotton, we'll gin it here, we'll spin it here, and we will make finished product here. And this will create again a very big source of employment for our youth in the country. We will also promote farming of other products like bigsa, products like cocoa. Cocoa can grow here. Coconut is growing on the Sese Island in Uganda. We'll introduce it here as a cash crop and use it to manufacture beverages here in this country. So, having exhausted manufacturing, we are going to also promote agricultural production. Agriculture will go hand in hand, as already been mentioned by our Minister for Agriculture, with manufacturing. We will promote agriculture in large scale, and we'll also introduce smart agriculture so that our farmers can be able to get value for their efforts. We will subsidize our agriculture by providing farm inputs, providing seeds, providing fertilizers and chemicals at subsidized price. Effective from October this year, a bag of fertilizer will cost not more than 2,000 shillings, from 6,000 shillings currently. We will want to ensure that our farmers can work when they are happy. Maize production will also be expanded, and we ensure that we do not import maize when our farmers are having maize in their own warehouses. On the issues of health, we have already been told your Baba Care is going to ensure that all Kenyans have got access to good health care. All Kenyans will be taken care of. We don't want to see any Kenyans dying from treatable diseases. We're going to promote research in our institutions here so that our people can be able to develop medicines that are made in Kenya rather than importing medicine from outside our country. In terms of education, I've said that education is going to be free. By free, I mean free. Truly free. True. Our children will have access to free quality education from primary to university. It is doable because we are going to restructure our economy. We will have priorities which are going to set for our people. I've also mentioned that we are going to employ all the teachers who are trained and are actually staying idle at home immediately so that we can be able to improve quality of education in our schools. So we want the Kenyan to walk this journey with us. What we are trying to offer is not something that is impractical. It has been costed by our experts. We know exactly where the income is coming from, which is going to fund the program that we are going to release. So it is not utopia. It is something that has been worked on by very highly qualified Kenyans, and this is what we are offering. So generally, this manifesto is our contract with the people of Kenya. I want to now highlight our first 100 days in government. What will Azimio government do the first 100 days? Number one, in the field of economic stimulus, because we are in the post-COVID era, we'll roll out an economic stimulus and recovery program. Two, in agriculture, we'll review all the policies, laws, standards, and norms to guide the sector. Three, we'll introduce minimum guarantee for farmers. Then, in terms of livestock, we'll improve access to affordable credit for livestock production. B, we'll introduce livestock insurance scheme backed by appropriate legal framework. On the issue of environment, we'll propose life sentence as punishment for poaching, trafficking, and the possession of ivory. We introduce progressive investment in high-level surveillance in our national parks. For fisheries and blue economy, we review policies, standards, norms, regulations, and legislation to guide the sector. 6, manufacturing. We will waive regulatory and other licensing fees for new youth-led innovations. We will review immigration laws with regard to potential investors in manufacturing to attract foreign direct investment to the country. We will give incentives to Kenyans, including diaspora and foreigners, to invest in manufacturing. In energy, we will set a roadmap to reduction in cost of energy, roadmap to increase generation of energy, attracting investment in alternative and renewable energy. Now, micro, small, and medium enterprises. We will implement recognition of prior learning certification program, that is RPL, by awarding certificates to craftsmen, technicians through apprenticeship, shahada la jitihada. We'll initiate funding and training for the border. 9, digital economy. Digital economy. We'll expand programs that connect the youth to digital economy, the global networks. Debt management and public expenditure. We'll commence negotiations for debt restructuring, stock management, to ease the burden on Kenyan taxpayers. Inua Jamii will implement cash transfer of 6,000 monthly stipend to each of vulnerable households. B, we will commence assistance to single mothers. C, we will implement a social protection program for unemployed youth, modeled along KISII mutahi. 2, we will review the cost of living with special focus on fuel, unga, mobile data, and energy. 3, we'll initiate implementation of universal healthcare insurance, Babacare. 12, education. We'll ensure all unemployed trained teachers are absorbed. 13, security. We'll assign at least 6 police officers in every police station, trained and equipped to handle police-youth relations, and also to restore relationship with all the citizens. We will ensure that the police are a force, are a service, not a force, that the police serve the people and not molest innocent Kenyans. B, will improve pay and other terms of service for KDF and police personnel. Good governance. We will declare corruption a threat to national security and establish a specialized department in the security agencies for corruption surveillance. This we shall do within our first 100 days in office. So in conclusion, I just want to say, as Azimio government want to face this dragon called corruption head-on, to ensure that we can be able to do our things in a clean and fair manner. Kenya has a great potential. Kenya is a great country, surrounded by neighbors with whom we want to work very closely. We are going to work towards the creation of East African Federation. We want to ensure that Kenya moves away from the league of third world economies, and Kenya now plays in the league where it rightly belongs, to middle income economies, with a way to move into the first world economy. Kenyans deserve better. Long live Kenya. Azimio! 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 Azimio!
Well, let us all give His Excellency a round of applause and a standing ovation for that very impactful speech. Makofi mazuri tafadhali. Makofi mazuri tena. Asante sana, asante sana. And now, as His Excellency the 5th President takes his seat.